In this lesson, we will be covering on how to further reinforce pattern pieces using double physics fabrics and attachments. In V-Stitcher, when constructing a garment, we normally only use one layer of pattern, even for areas like collars, collar bands, plackets, cuffs, or any part of the garment where it would be 2 layers in real life. Thus, in these areas, the simulated garment may look too soft and not drape well. Take, for instance, this collar. In real life, it would have 2 layers stitched together, plus interfacing ironed on it to make it much sturdier. To mimic the 2-layer effect, we can use double physics fabrics. Note that we do not have to do this. We could create and simulate 2 layers. However, this technique will work well. To do so, we first must clone the existing fabric. We'll rename the fabric by adding double to easily identify it. Now we can adjust the physics by going to Context View and clicking Physics. We double the existing mass. Remember that we don't need to do any calculations. We just type in the mathematical operation. Each field works like a calculator. We double the existing thickness. Next, we multiply the bend, width, and length by 10. This helps to make the drape of the fabric stiffer. We double the existing stretch, width, and length. This helps to reduce the stretch of the fabric. And lastly, we multiply the shear by 2. That completes the changes to the fabric physics. We can then apply this double fabric to the collar and neckband. You can apply this fabric technique to patterns that require the double layer like a placket, cuff, yoke, and so on. We dress the garment to view the change in simulation. Now the collar looks much sturdier. For patterns which require more reinforcement, for example, if they have an interfacing ironed on, we can make use of attachments. To create an attachment, we must first clone the existing pattern piece. We are using a PC, so to clone, we click the pattern and press Ctrl-C to copy and Ctrl-V to paste. If we are using a Mac, we would press Command-C and Command-V. Next, we add an image to the fabric. While it can be any image, it's best to use a blank PNG image. This ensures the attachment is not visible in the 3D window. If we were using an image with a background, we would need to set the transparency to 100%. We'll rename this fabric to interfacing. Now we can assign physics to the attachment. We can select the physics of a stiffer or sturdier material. For example, we can pick a material from the miscellaneous section, like foam, and change the thickness to 0. Now we apply the interfacing fabric to the new pattern. Before attaching the fabric, we ensure that the pattern has no internal lines, attachments, or other materials assigned. And we remove any inner symmetry. Now we attach the fabric. To ensure that we do not accidentally move the attachment, we put it on the inside of the pattern and lock it. Then, as usual, we dress the garment to view the changes in 3D. And that is how to use double physics fabrics and attachments to reinforce pattern pieces in V-Stitcher. For more information, visit support.browsware.com.